Fear of the unknown is the single strongest fear of mankind. Terrors from beyond the borders of knowledge. And yet, the truest horror has been in mankind's cradle since the beginning, and walks the earth amongst us now. For true evil exists not in the devil unseen, but the devil seen and unrecognized.
Good evening, my name is Sir Colin Edinburgh, and I know last week got a little bit out of hand, but it's okay. This week we're not doing anything controversial or dangerous. Actually, I've been feeling a little bit lonely, so I've set up a blind date. And honestly, I have no idea how these dating services that young people use are supposed to work. It's all a bit of a mess to me, but I've got this book, and supposedly it's got a number. These new telephones, you know, they're so clever, all you have to do is say it out loud. You don't even have to dial anything in. So let's see. Lanetta art lemegdishtu nilkri.
Mortal. For what purpose have you awoken Lanetta the Starspawn and brought about the end of reality?
Cathusi.
Eh? What?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I don't know why that came out that way. That's entirely wrong. I'm so sorry.
Send me back.
Oh, come on.
Where'd you get that book? It's a survival guide for dating me.
Oh, yes, that's exactly what it is. Yes, let's do that. So begins Sucker for Love, First Date. It's the Eldritch Cutie dating sim you never knew you needed in your life. It's the game where you get to bang Cthulhu. You don't actually get to bang Cthulhu. I'm sorry if I've disappointed you. So the game is fairly straightforward. You have this book of rituals, and you need to simply complete all of them without dying. If you successfully do so, then your squid girlfriend Lanetta gives you a smooch. You may say, well, these rituals, they seem a bit unnecessary, don't they? I mean, they're very simplistic for the most part. It's rare that you're called upon to do anything really challenging, but actually, personally, I've found there's something to games that let me do something with my hands, not just with one of them. I don't know what it is. Maybe I have a little bit of undiagnosed ADD, but sometimes doing nothing but reading for hours on end, it gets me a little twitchy. And so having something, even just some basic instruction following, which is quite well executed here, it does something for me. It really works quite well in my opinion. But if all you did in this game was date Lanetta and then destroy the world, it would be a bit short. There are actually 3 chapters. Three chapters. And the second one, I think, is my favourite. I didn't think I was going to like it very much, because I must admit, at first, Esther was not quite my style, I suppose. But let me show you what changed my mind. King in Yellow. Greetings, stranger, fortune fellow, 'tis a party for which I bellow. I invite the King in Yellow, so come all ye in your till. Wear thy masks upon thee to my masquerade until he may come to lost your till. Hope for us there may be still.
Shadows lengthen, dim streets darken. To the curfew thou must hearken. Why so loudly dost thou bark in the dim city of Yatil? Only much attention, quite unwholesome, you'll instill from the souls of poor Yatil. Why attract so much ill will?
That is just what I must seek, see hidden somewhere amongst the meekly. 'Tis one invitee I seek, he shall all my mistakes undo. 'Tis the King in Yellow, whose great wealth I shall accrue. When his shadow passes through, wealth shall come to I and you.
Lo, your plans shall surely languish, and this whole town will know anguish, for the king is whom they say, which shall this city indeed smite. If he comes, Yatil and you and I will know his might, all be lost within a night. What reward is worth that price?
Wearing this expensive clothing, pardon from my family's loathing, lasting till I'm decomposing all my friends whom strife I've caused. Yes, preparing for this night, their forgiveness is the cause. They shall all be proud because I have brought the king to us. Now, as someone who has looked up a number of attempts to reconstruct the King in Yellow, this is my favourite. I mean, listen to that meter. And Kaylee Mills is just an excellent choice for the role of Esther here. You may also recognize her from roles such as Cassie Bell and oh, nope, not stepping into that minefield. But with all that done, there is still more. There are several secrets you can uncover in the levels, and having uncovered all of them unlocks the boss fight against probably not my favorite character, but she's up there.
Who am I? I am the obscure, the unutterable. I am the clawing chaos. When mankind pushes out into the unknown, I am the unknown that pushes back. But just like my troublesome nieces, you can just call me Auntie Nyan Nyan.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, lady, can I just date you instead? So now the affection meter has become your health bar, and you need to perform the correct counter-evils to ward off the curses that Auntie Nyan Nyan is throwing at you long enough to make her have a nightmare because you're so horny. I love this game, I really do. But there's actually a sequel to this game, Sucker for Love, Date to Die For, which generally just expands on the premise. Instead of simply moving between 3 rooms, you have a whole house to go around. You have to go around the house and gather ingredients for the various rituals, and look at this, we have a remarkable innovation. It's a door. I know it seems simple, but bear with me. To open this door, you need to use your cursor to grab it and pull it aside. But there might be something on the other side of that door. So you have to be very careful. You have to get close. You have to open it and peek through. And oh god, there's a cultist. That's the sort of gameplay you get, and it's very nice. Stardust's room, I'm not going to talk too much about the main character here, is a safe haven from all of the cultists roaming around trying to murder you, where you can date the lovely Roxanne.
Roxanne! Roxanne! Roxanne!
Mortal, you dare summon me again? Have your pathetic lives not been extended long enough by my gift? Have your lusts not been sated? Must you continue to torment your goddess so?
Actually, one of my few complaints with this game is Roxanne could have sounded a little bit older. She sounds a bit young. Maybe that's just me. This time there are 4 chapters, including the boss fight, and in each of them, Stardust must slowly whittle away at the flock, the cult of Roxanne, which has turned against her under the leadership of Buck. Take a look at the affection meter, and notice that it begins the game with 3 broken hearts, as opposed to 3 empty hearts. That's no coincidence. In fact, this game, it's didactic. If you go underneath the house in the crawl space, you'll find the heart of the woods. Golly, this place looks different than I remember it. And down here you'll see the actual hearts of Roxanne. 3 broken hearts, broken by the abuse she's endured at the hands of her cult. And over the course of the game, you mend her broken hearts. And at the end, the smooch, well, it's a little more than just a smooch. But now we get into mild spoiler territory, and I don't think I want to do that today. All I've really got time for, and luckily all I really need to say is, Sucker for Love, both of them, are very good, and I recommend that you go play them. But if you'll excuse me, I've got a date to get to.
Could you hit the lights for me, darling?
Oh, yes, of course, darling. Let's see, I'm pretty sure there was something in here about that. Where is it? Here we are. Carcosa Gramasada Fitgana Jagen. Doesn't really make any sense. Carcosa Gramasada Fitgnana Jagen. Vanessa, are you certain this is how you're supposed to dim the lights? Carcosa Gramasada Fitgnana Jagen. Carcosa